Ho! Hey, it's I, DrBossKey, and I thought today we'd do a very short video. I wired up for the cutscene in the game the ability to press and hold a button to skip, and I thought I would share that with you. So let's hop on over this. First, let me show you the goods. All right, so let's see here. I'm just gonna turn off the music for the cutscene. All right, this is, yeah. Anyways, all right. So we have the cutscene, and in the bottom right corner,
237
you can
is
see
out of balance and
that
needs
if
your
I press and I
attention,
hold
Dr.
any
DrBossKey.
button, any
Please
of the main
follow
face
up on the
buttons,
investigation before the singularity branching corruption occurs.
If I press it and hold it, it does a little countdown, and then it stops. And if you look at it here, this is the logic that I have for it, and I'll go into that in just a second. But here it is in runtime mode. So if
Instance
I, you see
237 is out of balance and needs your attention, Dr. DrBossKey. Please follow
and
up on the
press
investigation.
and hold, you get just a little
before
hint text. So, or if you press and you, if you just press the button.
Instance 237.
Stop talking to me, Alara. Jeez. There we go. So if you press the button, you get a little, just a little brief text that kind of suggests to press and hold. And if you press and hold, and if you let go, it stops. So yeah, so let's jump into it and show you how I did it. All right, so it all hinges basically on the button object. And in the button object, you want to switch it to switch mode. And then you want to put the mode into hold. So as long as you're holding the button, it continues to send the signal. And then here, you want to set your different buttons. In our case, we did all 6 buttons, even though start and select don't really work. They're mapped. They work, but they're mapped to pause and the option screen, like menu as well. So, but I put them in there anyways, because on keyboard they may map differently, or if the user maps those buttons differently, then you'd want to use that. So, and then what we do is, it's now that we have the button trigger, we basically connect a little connector here, and you want to make sure your trigger mode is in switch mode. That way, when you're not holding, it sends a signal back through your logic to not continue sending that signal. All right. And then we have pretty much immediately here, we have a little text object. It's also set to switch mode. You can fiddle with these as you like, but I put the duration as 0.5 seconds. It's a text object, and then we have our text here, press and hold to skip. And then the other bits are pretty straightforward. And then I like a little fade on mine. Don't have to have it, but I put a little fade of 0.5 seconds for fade in and fade out. And yeah, so there's that. And then while we continue to hold the button, 1A in this case, then we also start to come down through a series of timer countdown logics. So we have a countdown timer also set to switch mode, and it's 1.0 seconds duration. And then after that timer counts down, it then displays the text object. And in this case, we use the same exact string, same exact text. The only difference here is that we put a little 3 at the end. And then we do exactly the same thing for the next block. And the next, this one's a 2. And I bet you can guess where we're going with this. So next one is then 1. And then we have 1 more second. And then we essentially end the level. And we choose, in our particular case, we're going back to the level select. That's how you get to the cutscene level in our case. So it gives you a nice little loop. And then all I did, because full disclosure here, right? So let me, so you can push multiple buttons. You can press and hold multiple buttons. Like here we go. And you can see like the logic. Whoa, that was a layer button right there. So the logic for the text will show up potentially, like there, right? Where the text objects are multiple texts saying different things of your countdown and then kind of overlaying on top of each other. So, but for me personally, I'm willing to live with the bug in order to get the functionality across. I could try to solve it by putting in some logic in that says, hey, when you're holding one button, don't transition to the other. But look, at the end of the day, most people are just going to press a button, and then they are hopefully going to get the hint to press and hold. They're going to get committed to that button action, and then they're going to skip like that. And so, like, you got to pick your battles. So I'm not entirely sure I could actually wire up the script logic in a way that would cancel the countdown inputs. I think I could, but it's again. Okay. So I think that's it. Straight and forward. If you've been out there watching and following along and enjoying the tutorials, thank you very much for the comments and the questions. It's been really great to see everyone in the community just jamming on their own little scripts and functionalities. So I hope people will find this super useful. Thanks, everybody.